Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of Eat Acres. I wanted to say in this video, as a follow-up to the previous video, and for all of your information, both of us voted for Trump because we do not like Democrats. But it's getting to where the Republicans are no damn better, because if you support somebody that lies and says that there's a few states out there that has gasoline at $1.98, if you support that as a liar, do you support a liar? I don't support a liar. And someone that bullshits me on something like that, never again will I take anything that they say to heart, because if you're going to lie about that, what else are you going to lie about? Once you lie to me, that's it. You lose my respect, you lose my support, you lose my vote. So that's what it's about. And it doesn't make me a lefty like so many of you have claimed. That's not what it makes me. It makes me smarter to not fall for that shit again. That's what it does. Not to fall for the BS. That's what it does. And then people threaten I'm going to unsubscribe and this and that and everything. Well, these people that are unsubscribing, you guys, they're liars too. You know, a liar will support a liar. A thief will support a thief. A rapist will support a rapist. They all condone each other's behavior because they're cut from the same cloth, you see? So when they get angry because they're called out on, that's what makes them angry and they unsubscribe. But just so you guys know how it works, every time I lose a subscriber, I gain 100. I gain hundreds of subscribers every week. So if you think that's making a difference by saying so, like you're hurting my feelings, it's not. That's your choice. You have the right to unsubscribe. You have the right to say whatever the hell you want. But, you know, when I do a video and I'm talking about something, I trust my wife in when she does research, because she does a ton of research. She has for a long, long time. And she looked up GasBuddy.com. She looked up all these averages in the United States right now as of April 2025. And there are no states at $1.98 a gallon. One subscriber even said that there was 14 states in the United States of America. 14 out of 50 states that are under $2 a gallon in gas, which is utter bullshit. So there is another liar defending a liar that he also voted for. But that don't make me a lefty. That just makes me opt out of the game entirely. You see, you guys, what it's all about in this day and age is they want you looking left, they want you looking right, and then with everybody's cell phones, they want you looking down. But where's the one direction nobody's looking anymore today? Up. To the one that you should be thinking about and talking to and praying to the most, and the one that will never lie to you. Never. You look everywhere but where you should be looking, because that's who, in the end, is going to be running things when it gets down to the end of mankind. That's who's going to be running the show. There will be no more government. There will be no more voting. There will be no more elections. Once he takes control of his creation, it's game over. Game over. And I'm not going to participate in someone that lies. We both voted for Trump. Yes, we believed in a lot of his BS. And yes, it's early. He still has time to get things done. But if things were going to be getting done and going in the right direction, things wouldn't be going up. Eggs are still expensive. Gasoline is still expensive. Gas is going up. Utilities are going up. Mortgages are going up. Everything's going up. Everything's getting more expensive. Look at the housing market. Bridget and I have been looking at the price of homes. And what's your average? What you guys watch Clearview Tax? That Oriental guy that has that YouTube channel called Clearview Tax, when he does analysis like on the stock market, the housing market, the economy, things like that. Go back and look at the video he just did on the median home prices in the United States. You know what it's at right now? $438,000 for the median home price nationwide. Nationwide. Now you back up just 4, 6, 10 years ago and look at what home prices were. Nowhere close to that. All the homes around here are between 4 and 500,000, all the way up to $1.2 million for a home that is the same square footage as ours. So you guys think things are getting better and cheaper and more affordable? This woman right here, my wife, she has flipped 4 properties. Houses, bought 4 houses. She knows what the housing market is like. She knows what it's like to go through to sell a house, to buy a house, to deal with a bank, to deal with a realtor, to deal with the paperwork, the legalities of it. She knows what it's like. And aren't homes more expensive now than they've ever been?
Yep.
Ever. In your lifetime?
Yep.
Higher than they've ever been. So yeah, we'll give Trump the benefit of the doubt, but I'm not going to listen to his promises anymore. We're going to look at his actions, because actions speak louder than words, because I can't support someone that lies. Now think about it. If you were president, if you were in his shoes, if I were in his shoes, if Bridget was in his shoes, do you really think that if you cared about your voting base, the American people, this economy, this country, everything that this country stands for, if you really cared about it, would you be telling lies to people and giving them a number that is not true? If you are a good-hearted person and honest, you would not do that. You would not do that. You would give the actual real numbers of things and then tell people, I'm going to do everything I can to fix it. You don't throw out a number to where eggs are so cheap that they're basically giving them away, or saying that gas in some states is under $2 a gallon, when that is not true. So that doesn't make me a lefty. That just makes me calling out somebody that's lying to me and lying to you. And you too should be calling someone out that does that, because unless there's something wrong with you, nobody should condone someone that has that kind of behavior where they're flat out lying to you. Nobody should condone that. Jesus wouldn't condone that. You don't listen to a liar. You don't listen to a thief. You don't listen to somebody that is steering you wrong. I don't know why people think that's okay. But these people that are unsubscribing is because they're in the same boat. They're also somebody that can't tell the truth. It is not 14 states under $2 a gallon. My God. Every time we've gone to Iowa, we've seen gas prices all over the place, and every single fuel station was way over $3 a gallon. Right now, Erie used to be cheaper than us, and they're back up to $3.65 a gallon for gas. Some places $3.63, just pennies difference, but still just under $4 a gallon. So if you guys want to believe the bullshit and believe that there's states out there that are under $2 a gallon, then go drive there and fill up. Enjoy that $2 a gallon, because you're not going to find it, because he's flat out lying to us. I'll give him the benefit of the doubt, and we'll see if it's drill, baby, drill. We'll see if that wall gets completed, because over the first administration, he didn't finish it. A liar never finishes anything they set out to do, because they also can't even finish a sentence, because they'll always stop mid-sentence and say, by the way, and then they go on to something else. They get halfway through that, and then they say, oh, and by the way. It's because they know that if they were to finish the sentence, they still wouldn't be answering your question. So they have to go on to something, because it's a diversion. It's a psychology tool to divert you away, to get you so lost in what the original question was, to where they end up never answering anything. And he's an artist at this. He's a professional at this. I personally know people that are just like him, that speak in that same way. They do it the same way. But I don't fall for that bullshit. And if people have a problem with that, then unsubscribe. This is America. It's a free country. Do what you want. You know, every YouTuber goes through it. Every YouTuber goes through it. They say I'm unsubscribing like that's some kind of threat. You know, like that's going to do anything. That's a drop of water in an ocean, folks. Drop of water in an ocean. I'm going to speak my mind. I don't give a shit if you like it or you don't, because I'm just a real person, but I'm not going to bullshit you. Because I'll tell you what, right now, doing what we're doing is going to hurt this country. And that doesn't mean that I support China, because I don't. I hate China. I hate everything that says made in China. The filter that I just bought for the lawn tractor says made in the USA. I couldn't believe it. I almost choked on my own spit when I saw that that was made in the USA. And I love things made in the USA. But when you've only got one source to get stuff from, and then you cut it off without having an alternative solution to replace it, that's stupid. What would Bridget and I do if we didn't like it that our electric bill has gone up $25 a month? And we said, well, this company's ripping us off. Let's just not do business with them anymore. And I get out there and I get something that is rubber protected to just snip the wires from the house and just cut off all business with our electrical company. What the hell would we do for electric then?
Your flashlights.
Do we have a windmill? Do we have a generator?
No.
Do we have any means to produce electricity?
No,
But we're going to just cut them off because we're sick of dealing with them. That's what the United States is doing with all these countries that we import stuff with. It is stupid when you cut off the things that we all need because there is no alternative. It's not because we want to do business with China or India or Indonesia or Brazil or anywhere all these imports come from, because it's many. It's because we have no freaking choice, folks. It doesn't mean we support it. That doesn't make me pro-China. It's just that where else are we going to get it? Unless you can manufacture it in your own yard or in your basement or in your bedroom. Does anybody have that ability? No, we don't. We can't manufacture our own stuff. But until we get the country up and running, where are we going to get stuff from? But I guess it works doing it that way. So let's just cut the line to the house. I'll take a sledgehammer to the meter so they can't come by and read it anymore because we're no longer a customer. And we'll just live in the dark and say the hell with it. Because that's what we're doing by cutting off the imports, because we're pissing off these countries before we're even tooled to start making our own stuff in this country. Does that make sense? If that makes sense to you, then you're just as dumb as Trump. Because it makes no sense to me or any other person with a brain between their ears. Makes no sense. And no, I'm not going to cut the house off from electric because we have no alternative to go to. Unlike what Donald Trump thinks. We'll see how it goes. Give it time. You'll see the truth sooner or later. Thanks for watching. We'll see you again in the next one. Bye-bye.